Billions of dollars vanished into thin air. Evergrande Group, once a titan of Chinese real estate, faced an impossible mountain of debt. Its founder, Xu Jiayin, started the company in 1996. He built it from humble beginnings in Guangzhou. By 2021, it was China's second largest property developer. The company owned more than 1,300 projects across over 280 cities. Its reach was incredibly vast. It employed around 200,000 people directly. Indirectly, it supported 3.8 million jobs each year. This was a colossal enterprise, a sprawling network. The company's expansion was relentless, a true shopping spree of epic proportions. It ventured far beyond just building homes. Evergrande moved aggressively into electric vehicles. It launched Evergrande NEV, hoping to rival Tesla. The ambitious goal was to build 1 million cars a year by 2025. It poured many billions into this new sector. Health services became another major focus. Evergrande Health offered senior living communities and specialized hospitals. They aimed for a comprehensive healthcare ecosystem spanning many provinces. Bottled water was also surprisingly on its list. Evergrande Spring sold premium mineral water. Even professional soccer was a part of its growing empire. Guangzhou FC, formerly known as Guangzhou Evergrande, was a top team, winning the AFC Champions League twice in 2013 and 2015. This aggressive diversification strategy fueled massive, unsustainable borrowing. The company leveraged itself extremely heavily. It borrowed from traditional banks, shadow banks, countless suppliers, and even its own employees through wealth management products. The total liabilities reached an absolutely staggering amount. Over 300 billion US dollars was owed. This was more than 2 trillion Chinese yuan at its peak. Many industry observers thought this rapid growth was sustainable, but it relied entirely on a constant influx of new money and fresh loans. Pre-sales of apartments funded countless ongoing projects. Buyers often paid for their units years before expected completion. This financial model worked only as long as sales remained incredibly strong. A slight slowdown could quickly spell serious trouble. Then the Chinese government decisively stepped in. In August 2020, China introduced the Three Red Lines policy, a landmark regulation. This policy specifically targeted developers' massive debt levels. It set 3 extremely strict financial limits. One rule stated that liabilities could not exceed 70% of assets, excluding pre-sales. Another limited net debt to 100% of equity. The third required a cash to short-term debt ratio of at least 1. Evergrande failed every single one of these 3 metrics. This policy aimed to significantly cool the overheated property market. It forced highly leveraged developers to rapidly deleverage. New borrowing became incredibly difficult, almost impossible for companies like Evergrande. Evergrande found itself in an absolutely rare financial situation. With new loans drying up completely, it struggled tremendously to pay its mounting debts. Countless suppliers went unpaid for their materials. Construction on many hundreds of projects across the country halted entirely. Thousands upon thousands of apartment buyers were left in agonizing limbo. They had paid good money for homes that were now unfinished, perhaps forever. Protests erupted frequently at its headquarters in Shenzhen. Angry investors demanded their hard-earned money back. In December 2021, the company officially defaulted on its offshore bonds for the first time. This catastrophic event sent shockwaves throughout global financial markets. It was easily the largest default ever seen for a company of its immense size and influence. The consequences were incredibly far-reaching and severe. Many financial analysts feared a potential Lehman Brothers moment for China. This would have meant a widespread financial crisis engulfing the entire nation. While the government largely contained the direct financial fallout, it severely hurt consumer and investor confidence. Property sales across China plummeted dramatically. Many other developers also faced intense financial stress and insolvency. The real estate sector, which makes up about 1/4 of China's entire economy, suffered greatly and continues to struggle. Millions of jobs were directly at risk, impacting countless families. The crisis exposed deep structural issues in China's growth model. It highlighted the extreme dangers of unchecked and excessive borrowing. It showed how interconnected the property market was to the entire Chinese financial system. The sheer scale of its unfinished properties was immense. Millions of apartments worth trillions of yuan were stalled indefinitely. This affected the future lives of countless families and individuals who had invested their life savings. The daunting restructuring process then began in earnest. It was incredibly complex and expected to be drawn out for many years. Creditors had to wait patiently for many years to recover any portion of their investments. The company's vast assets were slowly and painfully liquidated piece by piece. Its founder, Su Jiayin, faced serious investigations and potential charges. The once mighty empire was visibly crumbling before the world's eyes. The sheer number of people affected by this collapse was immense and tragic, from hundreds of thousands of employees losing their jobs to millions of investors losing their life savings, to countless families waiting for homes that might never be finished or delivered. It served as an incredibly stark warning for all. Uncontrolled debt-fueled growth can lead to catastrophic and widespread collapse. The company's rapid decline from a powerhouse to a global financial concern happened with alarming speed. It showed the truly fragile nature of massive leveraged expansion and unchecked ambition. Its debt burden was equivalent to 2% of China's entire gross domestic product. This gives an idea of its incredible economic scale and its potential for systemic risk. Many smaller businesses also went bankrupt because Evergrande could not pay them. This created a ripple effect through the economy, causing even more job losses. The global financial system watched closely for any signs of broader contagion. This was a cautionary tale for the world to see and